All right, this is the beginning of a print of a scraper. This outside line is called the skirt. It goes down first. Then this inside line is what I added to be sure that we get sufficient amount of filament going through the nozzle before the print. So after it prints these two outside lines, it'll start on the scraper itself. So as you can see, this is no curling, no warping. All right, there's no essentially the filament is flat to the bed. All right, so we're going to keep going here. This is again the very first layer of this print. All right, so you can see the general shape here. This is the skirt, or the line that I added, and then this is the skirt on the outside. So this is how the very first layer should be troweled down. Every line needs to be flat to the bed, and technically it needs to replicate the texture of the bed because it's so flat and so precise. It actually will copy, okay, it will copy the texture of the tape, right? So when we look at the very first layer, it will have a slight texture to it to replicate the tape itself. So this again is the very first #1 layer. There's no gaps, all right, no loose filament. It literally goes down layer by layer, line by line, one right after another. So if your filament first layer isn't going down like this, if it has any gaps or any places where no filament is, or it's warping, it's curling, it's doing anything that it should not be doing, this is not a correct first layer. You need to start over, fix it, and start again. The first layer needs to be smooth and solid. Again, if your print isn't turning out like this, the very first layer, you need to stop it and start over. Readjust your slicer, readjust your printer, be sure your tramming is proper, all right, and done properly. This is the printer that's doing it. It's your basic print head. No electronic gizmo here. I just used paper feeler gauge to tram the bed. We have the original plastic extruder right here that came with the printer 6.5 years ago. The white Bowden tube is still in use. All right, so there we go. This is smooth, right, and flat. There's no gaps. You can see that for yourself. You can see that there's no gaps in the print at all. It's literally smooth. Okay, so this is what it needs to look like. If it isn't looking like this, your very first layer, you need to start over. Start from scratch and reset everything. Make sure everything's proper. And again, your tramming skills need to be mastered. You need to master your tramming skills. This means right here is not only level, but the distance. The distance the nozzle is from the bed. That's it. That's as simple as it gets. And if you do that every time, you start out well and you can continue from there. I mean, if it's just like this, then you need to go from there. You need to build on that. Okay, so you need to get this every time. And then go from there. Go up from there. Figure out what you need to do. But you need to get this first. All right, not much else I can show you or teach you. This is it. Now, again, if your print doesn't look like this, smooth and flat, you need to start over. You know, don't waste your time. Just start over, readjust, and start again. All right.